People ask me what I do, spending all day in the studio. The truth is, I spend most of my time finding sounds like that and then learning how to make them sound like this. I dedicate myself to sounds, figuring out what sounds good, what sounds bad, and then turning sound into emotion. Once I go through that process, this is how it sounds. On the edge, and you say you feel my pain, but you don't know. I just can't see how this winding valley ends for you and me. My name is Josh Katina. I'm from Franklin, Tennessee, born in Nashville. I live here in Franklin now with my wife and my dog, and I'm 26 years old. I've been making music now for close to 10 years. More seriously though, probably the past 3 or 4 years. I'm making a song every day this year. I've committed to doing that. I started on January 1st. Kind of the reason why I'm doing it is because I wanted to give myself a year to just pursue it and try and gain some sort of direction from it when it comes to making music and how I can turn it into a career. And so at the end of last year, I lost my job the week after Christmas. I decided, well, now's a chance for me to really start making music every day like you always say you're going to. It's middle of July now and I'm still going, so we'll see if I can finish. So I decided, like I said earlier, I'm making a song every day this year. My wife's New Year's resolution is to cook through an entire cookbook. And so these are all her meals here, then she checks them off as she goes, and that's her cookbook right there. And so I make music all the time, and my wife cooks a lot. Oh, yeah. She cooks good food. I didn't play sports. I wasn't in the band. I wasn't super popular or whatever it was. So I was like, I'm gonna have a thing. So music became that for me. It's way easier for me to be super honest in the context of music than not in music. And so I would write things for raps that I would never say out loud in a conversation with my parents or a friend or whatever. And music, I just felt safe doing that. Hey, but the real is real, I can't fight it. At times I can't say what I mean, so I just write it. So to go to the station and buy me a bottle of dreams. When I was 16, I had my neighbor do it. And yeah, my mama never knew, she still doesn't. I try to play it off when I'm with cousins. High school was where I really started gaining confidence in myself about making music and rapping in particular. I remember I made a song about a high school football game. And that was the first time I ever released music that people outside of my family listened to. I had 5,000 plays on SoundCloud and 100 text messages. I was like, oh my God, I'm famous. Yeah. But yeah, that's where Sunny Days came from. Most people had no idea that I was into rap music like that. And so I think some of the reason why I got so much attention from especially that first song was there was kind of some shock value to it because they were like, Josh Katina did this? What the heck?
Always wondering why Centennial has gotta be the most hated. What did we do to y'all? I still haven't heard you say it. Is it cause we're ghetto and you don't chill with the fools, right? Is it cause we always beat you in the canned food drives? Under scrutiny, I promise you that this is nothing new to me. And you can bet your bottom dollar that's how the Cougars be. We're used to it now, you need a new kind.
If you're able to do something and be completely yourself, then that's what you should be doing. And I say that people would ask me how'd you know you wanted to marry your wife? And my answer has always been because I'm 100% myself when I'm around her. I was able to from the beginning, that's how it's always been. And I feel the same way about music. Like, I feel like I can be 100% myself. And so whatever it is you feel like while you're doing it, you're 100% you, then that's what you should be doing. West Main actually started out as a name for a group. It was me, my brother, and two of my cousins, Jackson and Zion. And I think it was in 2018 we made an EP. It's like 15 tracks or whatever of just rap music that we did together. And as time has gone on, I just started using that name as referring to my own music. So that's the story of West Main.
Check, 1, 2. I'm kidding. That's my uncle on the organ. We keep it in-house here at West Main Studios in Franklin, Tennessee, produced and written by yours truly.
Usually the way I record vocals is I'll record like 5 or 6 takes and hope that one sounds good. I also will just stack them all together so it hides some of the flaws, but I also think like you hear the character in the flaws too, so I don't try and get it perfect, I just try and get it somewhere in the vicinity. Paradise. This is only in your mind. I've been on a roll. I've been running through the fire. You could really fly. You could really touch the stars. This is paradise. This is only in your mind. I think my dream, though, is to be able to be around music all the time, at the same time be able to provide for my wife and I. And sure, yes, I'd love to win Grammys and become a millionaire or whatever, but the thing I'm really pursuing is just a way to where my time can be spent around music. You know, at the beginning of the year, direction was what I wanted. And if I've learned anything, it's that if you dedicate yourself to anything, doors will open. And I've experienced that. Like I said, getting someone to ask me to produce a single for them, like I never would have thought that a year ago that someone would do that. I never would have thought that someone would want to come to my house and film me making music or whatever. But we're here, and I think the only reason that you're here is because I decided to dedicate myself to doing something every day like I have been. And so, not to pat myself on the back, just to say that if you're dedicated to something and you're fully committed, doors will open eventually. So that's my message. So if you want to hear any of the music I'm making on like Spotify or Apple Music, just search West Main. You'll find it. My Instagram is also West_Main. TikTok is West Main Music. And so is my YouTube, West Main Music. If you want to make music with me, I'll do it. If you want to pay me, I'll really do it. But the best way to reach me is probably just Instagram DMs. They're open for music inquiries only. But yeah, the Instagram DMs, I check those daily. That's a good place to reach me.
Once upon a time in the suburbs, kids with a daddy from the gutter, they born.
You spin? You spin? No. Sit. Spin. No. Spin. Spin. We're working on spin. Do you want one? Sorry.
No, I'm okay. I'm chilling.
This is all I have to offer, bro. was gonna do this whether you're here or not, is I need to do the dishes before my wife gets.
My daughter breaks them all the time.
Me and your 2-year-old daughter. All of these are like local deliveries. I shipped out the ones that are, I went to the post office for the first time in like 10 years and shipped them out on Friday. If you buy a shirt, your name will be on the wall in my studio forever. And so that's, honestly, that's like the big selling point, I think, for most people. I'm in the suburbs, kids with a daddy from the gutter. They born stubborn, they trying to make it to the